Okay, just one comment on education, then we're going to move on. So you're talking about improvements. They do cost money. I don't know if there are radical changes. As you know, one of your opponents, James Meeks, as state senator, sponsored a school voucher, school choice legislation.
Sure.
Recently he was asked about it. He said he's not opposed to it. Seemed a little less
Well,
enthusiastic.
he may have drawn back. I've proposed a voucher feature to my education plan for as many as 30,000 students. Why? And that's a no-cost item, by the way, because the money that goes with the student anyway in the public school will follow them into a private setting. I've also proposed an expansion of the charter program, no cost, because those monies also follow the child into the charter school.
Would you lift the caps completely on the charter schools?
We don't have to in Chicago yet because we have capacity for an additional 25 charters to be given out, roughly.
By the law?
By the law
And
that's
does that
in place
include
right now.
multiple campus for each of those charters?
No, they've really cut back on the grandfather. On the
Would you
multiple
favor?
campuses.
Would you favor just lifting the cap? Let the market, in a sense, decide how many charter schools there should
Well,
be.
let's see when we get there. Right now, we're on a good roll. I started the charter schools in Chicago in the mid-'90s, and we, at that time, gave out the first 15 charters. Because of multiple campus options, we're today up to 91 sites, educating 35,000 students.
But that's about 8 or 9% of the kids in the Chicago
roughly
public
10%.
schools.
We're getting there. It's
Roughly
a little-
10%.
Yeah, close to 10%.
So 90% could use some help, right? You'd like to
Well,
help them.
except of that 90%, Jeff, many are doing quite well.
Right.
So we
People
don't want
at Walter Payton and so forth.
No, not just Walter Payton. People throughout the system. I mean, for example, there are many elementary schools like Lincoln Elementary School, which is not a, or Blaine or Alcott or, South Loop, which are doing quite well.
But something's going wrong with maybe 100 to 150,000, maybe 200,000, because you're still getting half the kids not graduating.
I
Of
agree
the
with
people
you
who
there.
graduate, 1 out of 8, I think, finishes college in the next 6 years.
This is why I said
So
we
we're
need
not
to
talking
address
small
the issue.
numbers
No,
here.
I agree with you. But I said this is why we have to address this issue.